Welcome to Unmanned Tactical Groups and Pilot Institute's Public Safety News Update. We're going to talk about UAS news that's been going around this year in 2024 so far. We're going to start out with the Norwegian UAS search and rescue analysis. They came out with an outstanding report to help public safety entities that are flying drones for search and rescue and how to do that a little bit more efficiently. We're going to talk about several new legal updates that are coming up with bills that are moving forward in multiple different states. So we're going to talk a little bit about what those look like. Also, check out Greg's Pilot Institute's post about it as well. He did a really great deep dive into that. We're also going to talk about how AUVSI is having a little bit of a rough week with their social media posts and how public safety came out for that one and how it impacts us. And then we're going to round this out with Robbinsville, Mercer County, New Jersey's missing child find that they used with their program out there for our agency highlight. It's going to be a good webcast. Let's dive in. First up, we're going to talk about the Norwegian Police Department. The Norwegian Police Department came out with a UAS for search and rescue analysis. Over the last year, they did a methodical approach into their search and rescue tactics, and then they documented what all that looked like. What's amazing about that is they saw significant improvement from the previous years. In 2023, the techniques that they implemented helped them successfully locate 63 people. That's a substantial increase from their previous years. They noted that in the previous years, before implementing those methods, the success rate for finding a missing person was about 11% per drone pilot per year. But in 2023, after implementing those techniques that they found to be very, very helpful, that rate increased to 88% per pilot per year. So one of the tactics that they recommend is to fly at around 300 feet and then also have a gimbal angle of around 70 to 60 degrees. And then utilizing a search tactic, which they called the pinwheel or the bicycle wheel approach. So what they would typically do is they would fly their drone around known paths first, and then they would go and comb that at different angles and then work their way out. This is a search tactic that's been employed by multiple different search and rescue teams in crewed aviation for years. They just implemented that in with their drone program, and they were able to see a significant increase. So if that's something that your team is doing, whether you're looking for suspects or you're looking for missing people, highly recommend you take a look at their report. The Norwegian Police Department is an agency that I've been following for some time. I've had the pleasure of speaking at the Interpol Drone Expert Summit twice now, and I met them back in 2022 in Oslo, Norway. They are an outstanding team. They have some of the most revolutionary tactics that they utilize for not only pilot selection, but their everyday operations. There's going to be a lot more coming from this team. If you're interested in following them, I highly recommend you do. Keep up the outstanding work, Norway. We're looking forward to seeing what you're going to come out with next. With that, we're going to talk about a rough week that AUVSI has been having. As you can imagine, with all of these bills going forward that are pretty much putting law enforcement in about 4 to 5 years behind, they've had a rough week as they went out on social media and blasted about all the great work that they've been doing by pushing a lot of those laws forward to where we can't use life-saving equipment or we can't use drones in a manner that we would be able to do it with a helicopter or a pole cam. So AUVSI continued to lobbies for legislation that is putting United States citizens and first responders at risk by limiting the free market choice for public safety drone programs. We've seen this happen with multiple different states in the past already. We have Florida that got a full ban and didn't have any kind of funding to backfill that for a little over a year. We have multiple states in the United States that have already gone forward and moved forward with the country of origin ban. Scottio and Brink put 4 bills forward this last legislative session in Texas, and we had to defeat those. So as we just heard, they're going all over the place, and AUVSI is one of the major contenders and major lobbyists for those American companies. But 3 days ago, AUVSI posted yet another social media post blasting, a social media blast claiming that drones are stifling fair competition. Yet AUVSI and their American manufacturer counterparts continue to put lobbying first and safety last. Public safety professionals came in force to that post to make their opinions heard, and many have started pulling out of their AUVSI memberships, and a lot of distributors are starting to pull from their conference booths as well for this year's Exponential. It's great to see that people are starting to put their money where their mouth is. Greg is one of those amazing people that pulled out of their booth this last year. We have a couple of other distributors that are also claiming that they're going to pull out. Hopefully AUVSI will go back to, being the voice for actual drone pilots and end users. That'd be really nice, because they've done a great job for many years. So they're very effective as lobbyists. It'd be great to see them actually put it to where people could use some of this stuff. So AUVSI, I hope you're listening. We'd be happy to talk more about that and what that looks like and what we would like to see from you as a public safety end user. Hopefully they make a change soon. Next up, we're going to do our agency highlight. Last week in Mercer County, New Jersey, Robbinsville Police Department Officer Michael Slininger responded to a missing child report. At the time of the report, it was an estimated 20 degrees and everything was covered in snow, as it is up there in the winter in New Jersey. Using a DJI platform, Officer Slininger was able to locate the missing child within 10 minutes after running into the wooded area. Outstanding work on that. It is really important that you get out there and you get in the air and you start looking for that missing child as soon as possible. It's amazing that you were able to do that within 10 minutes. A lot of times officers typically get to the scene and they start searching houses and things of that nature first. So kudos to you for taking the initiative and getting the drone up in the air and locating that suspect. You absolutely saved that individual's life in the event that nobody was able to find him. So really great work. Proud of y'all. And looking forward to the next agency highlight. That wraps up our public safety news update webcast. I always like to round it out with upcoming training opportunities. So we have the Drone Responders Conference coming up in March 12th up in Busch Gardens, Virginia. That's going to be a great seminar conference. There's always a lot of really great topics that are discussed, a lot of really good opportunities for networking to learn who's doing what across the United States and how they're doing it. So that's going to be a really great opportunity. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. And then we have the Law Enforcement Drone Association Conference coming up in Boston, Massachusetts in May 14th. That's going to be a hands-on scenario-driven conference. So if you're looking to go and get the seminar side of the house at Busch Gardens, head on out to Drone Responders. If you're looking for hands-on opportunities, head right on over to Law Enforcement Drone Association's conference coming up in Boston. It's going to be a really fun next couple conferences coming up the first half of the year. We also have a ton of courses coming up, both online and in person, for Unmanned Tactical Group all over the United States. So hopefully y'all are attending some of those. We're looking forward to seeing some faces for some of our viewers. Hope to see y'all soon, and stay safe, fly safe. Have a great one.